Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is October 22nd, 2024. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears the CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to stage World War III by the date of November 5th, 2024, specifically to sabotage the U.S. presidential election. So as it currently stands, as of today, October 22nd, one Donald J. Trump is slated to win the 2024 U.S. presidential election and take America in a very different direction than the so-called globalists or Zionists would like to take it. And so, in short, the CIA has to stage a false flag, a major attack, and or World War III by the date of November 5th to basically hijack the U.S. presidential election. So because the CIA headquartered in Switzerland has control of every single country and territory in the world, they're going to use their power to basically stage a DEFCON level event somewhere in the world as pretext for World War III by the date of November 5th, 2024. So exactly what type of attack, terror event the CIA will stage in order to spark World War III is obviously not known. But it's highly likely that the CIA is going to export one of the 5 wars currently going on to a secondary location, most likely Israel, the United States, and or Europe. So for those of you living under a rock, we have currently 5 wars going on. We have the Russo-Ukrainian war on the Ukraine-Russia border. We have the Israel-Hamas war in Israel and Palestine. We have the Israel-Hezbollah war in Israel and Lebanon. We have the Syrian civil war in Syria and the Yemeni civil war in Yemen. And in the Russo-Ukrainian war, the Russians are the so-called terrorists. In Hamas is the terrorist, Hezbollah is the terrorist, ISIS is the terrorist in the Syrian civil war, and the Houthi militias are the terrorists in the Yemeni civil war. So what the CIA wants to do is export these wars elsewhere in the world, specifically to trigger World War III. So in the event that the CIA stages a false flag, mass attack, bombing, it will predictably be what they call CBRN. That's chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear in nature. So instead of just a bombing or a missile strike, they have to take it up a notch or two in order to declare, have an official declaration of war and or trigger World War III. So what we're looking at is some sort of biological attack, some sort of biological outbreak, some sort of chemical attack, a dirty bomb attack, a nuclear attack, the release of a novel airborne virus, a radiological attack or event, or a weaponized contagion-related attack such as anthrax, Ebola, ricin, smallpox, etc. So exactly how the CIA plans to execute this impending CBRN attack designed to take the world to World War III is obviously not known, but we're looking at most likely a 9/11 style airplane attack, drone attack, or helicopter-related attack, a missile strike, a rocket attack, some sort of a bombing or missile strike targeting a ship, possibly an aircraft carrier of the United States Navy, the British Royal Navy, the French Navy, the Italian Navy, or the Japanese Navy. The CIA could also stage what's called a VBIED. That's a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device related attack. This is a car bombing, truck bombing, SUV bombing, etc. There's also the realistic possibility that the CIA will stage a full-scale attack or invasion, most likely by Russia, China, Iran, Pakistan, or North Korea. In the event of Russia, it will most likely target England, Germany, Poland, Georgia, or Ukraine. In the event of a Chinese attack, it will predictably target Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, islands in the Pacific such as Guam, or Canada, or the United States, or the Falkland Islands in Argentina. In the event of an Iranian invasion, it will most likely be Iraq, with whom they had a previous decade-long war. Israel, or possibly countries such as Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, or Bahrain. In the event of a Pakistani attack or invasion, it will predictably be Kashmir or India. So exactly where this attack, designed to take the world to World War III, is planned is obviously not known, but the United States, namely New York City and Washington, D.C., are the most likely. Secondarily is Israel, with Haifa, Jerusalem, and Tel Aviv being the most likely. Canada, with Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa being the most likely. Europe, with Berlin, Brussels, London, Paris, Rome, and Warsaw being the most likely. As I mentioned, there's also the realistic possibility that the CIA will stage a preemptive Israeli attack or invasion, possibly flanked by the United States, the UK, and or France, targeting so-called terror locations within Palestine, Afghanistan, Iraq, Lebanon, Egypt, Syria, and or Yemen. So just to recap, the CIA, it's 100% certain that the CIA is going to stage some sort of mass attack, bombing, or CBRN related event somewhere in the world prior to the date of November 15th, specifically to interfere with the U.S. presidential election, where Donald J. Trump is slated to win the presidency in a landslide. So what the CIA is going to do is stage the so-called October surprise in October or early November, specifically to basically hijack this particular election, after which Biden, if he's still alive, or Kamala Harris, acting as the 47th President of the United States, will likely declare martial law, install a U.S. military draft, and deploy the U.S. National Guard in the United States to quell dissent, and will launch some sort of major offensive in order to flex her muscles, politically speaking. And if you think this is far-fetched, the United States just sent over the THAAD anti-missile rocket system to Israel in preparation for this major war that's about to happen just prior to the election. And so it's imperative to note here that it is CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland that's going to stage this. It's not going to be some ragtag Islamic terrorist or some madman Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un. This is going to be Switzerland, and this is going to be Geneva acting as they do with their full concert of countries, terror groups, assassins, mercenaries, etc. So in the event that the CIA stages a mass attack, bombing, or terror attack as pretext for World War III, between the dates of October 22nd and the date of November 5th, 2024, I kindly ask that you download this video and share with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets. Peace.